Have you ever felt frustrated when someone you like becomes aloof or ignores you? Like you had their attention 1 minute and then they ignored you? The harder you chase a butterfly, the farther it flies. What if you've tried everything to persuade them to notice, engage, or miss you and nothing works? What if you concentrate over every conversation, looking for a clue, yet all you get is silence? If it seems similar, here is your chance to change the situation. If you think this only happens in romantic books or movies, keep reading, because we'll discuss how to handle it and restore your authority. The following Maya Angelou quote is brutally honest. Never make someone a priority when all you are to them is an option. This reality is essential if you want to attract someone fresh, draw someone back from the brink, or make your ex realize what they left behind. Making someone your priority devalues you in their eyes. People cherish what they achieve, not what's given to them. And this is where you gain an advantage. Imagine trying to approach someone fresh, but they're withdrawing. Maybe your ex departed and you're hoping they realize what they lost. The sad truth is that the more you chase, the less they desire you. They feel like they have you wrapped around their finger. And as long as you're waiting, they don't miss you or reconsider. What if you could change their perception of you? What if you focused on yourself instead of them? Desire fuels attraction, and desire grows between you and them. That distance they create. Instead of chasing, use it to pull back and let them feel your absence. People miss what's missing, not what's there. If they seem distant, don't try to connect. Let them feel. Sit silently. They should chase after you, not the other way around. You're worth pursuing. The prize is you. Whether this is a newbie testing the waters or an ex who thought the grass was greener on the other side, they need to know that you are not waiting for them to realize how terrific you are. Let them be distant. Accept their decision if they ignore you. Because when you stop trying, they wonder what happened to the person they thought would always be there. It's tempting to text, phone, or accidentally run into them one final time. Pause and ask yourself, what are you doing? You should be proving yourself, not them. You deserve someone who can't stand losing you, not someone lukewarm, indifferent, or acting like an afterthought. I challenge you to step back. Start acting like you know your worth instead of trying to prove it. Because self-esteem radiates. I promise it's magnetic. People notice confidence. Stop trying too hard and they notice. When you disappear, they become curious. Why not chase? Why are you absent? Have you done something more intriguing than them? You see, stepping back lets them come forward. If they don't, they weren't worth your time anyway. They usually return, whether it's a newcomer who understands they may lose their opportunity, or an ex who wonders whether they made the worst mistake of their lives. Pulling back is the strongest move. This is about showing them what they're missing without speaking. What's your current activity? Still sitting there hoping for attention? Do you still check your phone every few minutes for texts? Stop it. Better than that, everything changes when you act like the amazing, valuable person you are. Don't ask for attention. Standing in your power attracts it naturally. The following 7 power moves will make you irresistible, so much so that they'll have to sit up and take notice. Stop waiting, stop playing little, and level up, because what I'll show you will change everything. Let the individual who felt they could take you for granted experience your strength. Nobody will know what struck them. Before we continue, please leave a remark saying, "I am irresistible." Simple, but potent. These 3 words explain everything we'll discuss next. It's not enough to speak it. You must believe it and own it. Write it down and declare it, because this will underpin your transformation. I captivate. Write it, believe it, and watch your life change. Write in the comments without a paper. This seems easy, but it's massive. You must believe I'm irresistible. Epictetus advised. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. You must value yourself without waiting for others. Declare it for yourself first. So shout it in the comments and show me how serious you are about changing. To change things in your favor, say and believe it. I am irresistible. Display your power. Number 1, bury the desperation. Let's start reclaiming your power when someone ignores you by burying the desperation. This step is about concealing your desperation and emotions. It may sound scary, but this step will save you from emotional instability and give you control. You may be wondering, but how can I not react when someone I care about is pulling away? I understand. We fear when someone slips from our grasp. However, Stoicism teaches us to manage our reactions, not the world. When you demonstrate desperation, you give up all power. Consider that when someone ignores you, they think they're in charge. Panicked reactions establish their control. You give them emotional power without effort. Marcus Aurelius observed, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If you think desperation, you'll behave out of dread. Fear, friends, is ugly. What appeals? Control. Imagine texting someone, maybe a new friend or an ex, and they stop answering. It begins with that sinking feeling in your gut and worrisome thoughts like, what did I do wrong? Should I text them again? Maybe they're busy. Despair sets in, and you check your phone every few minutes for that notification. However, desperation is obvious, and the more desperate you are, the further they will be from you. That enthusiasm is felt from miles away. Avoid giving in to impulses and bury desperation. Burying desperation requires mastering your feelings, not ignoring them. Feeling perplexed, disappointed, or hurt when someone leaves is normal. Stoicism says we can't control our emotions, but we can control our reactions. This is where emotional discipline comes in. When worry rises, breathe deeply and remember, I am irresistible. A simple assertion with great force. Because of your value, you're not begging for attention. You don't need to chase the unseeing. You may be wondering, but how do I just stop feeling desperate? It's not that easy. I understand. But guess what? No need to stop feeling desperate. Just stop displaying it. Restraint is key. First, regulate your behaviors even when your emotions are out of control. Stop texting, browsing social media, and rehashing conversations. Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Craving their attention makes you emotionally destitute. But the good news, you can stop. For some amusement, consider desperation as that excessively eager mall salesperson that chases after you, insisting you try their stuff. You do what? Run the other way, right? Guess what? When you pursue someone desperately, you become a salesperson and they flee. Nobody wants desperate sales. How do you apply this step? Start with small self-controls. Avoid texting or checking their social media next time. Keep in mind your control. Their response doesn't affect your worth. Less reaction, more power. You're preserving your peace, not playing games. But what if you struggle, having trouble not reacting? That's okay. Stoicism emphasizes progress, not perfection. Let your feelings out without acting on them. Try journaling or chatting to a friend. Most importantly, focus on you. Refusing to react builds emotional strength. You prove yourself enough with or without their attention. Let me conclude with another Epictetus quote. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is your chance to show that you manage your emotions, value, and life regardless of others. You're desirable, not desperate. Keep telling yourself, I'm irresistible. Leave it in the comments. Verbalize, write, and believe it. Because when you bury your despair and live from strength, things will change faster than you think. Please leave any questions, comments, or stories in the comments. We should discuss it. Let's explore your best option. Your path and scenario may be unique, but we can discover the correct method. Hold on, because the next 6 steps will deepen this. This is just the beginning. And what happens next will change your relationships and self-worth. Let's keep moving forward. Second, disappear silently. Let's start with step 2. Withdraw into silence. If you follow all 7 steps in this video, people won't forget you. So hold tight. However, I understand the fear of being forgotten. Do you truly want to forget yourself because you're fascinated with someone else? Are you willing to sacrifice your value, growth, and dignity to keep trying for someone who can't even offer you a fraction of their attention? Silence is about power, not weakness. Silence is progress, not retreat. You make them feel your energylessness. Think they'll forget you? No way. Silence enhances your presence. They wonder, wait, why aren't they chasing me? What did I miss? Did I underestimate them? When you withdraw into stillness, they feel you. Keep chasing and you become white noise. What will it be? Keep clamoring for their attention and lose yourself, or pull back and let them sense your absence. Imagine without texting, phoning, or reacting. They suddenly notice you're gone while going through their phone. Trust me, they'll notice your absence. Silence makes people think, wait, why have they gone quiet? Did I mess up? Are they with someone else? Silence has tactical value. Let's be honest. If you're worried they'll forget you, you're losing. Why? Why are you so concerned with their memories? Why not emphasize self-remembrance? You're the prize. You give them value and energy. Disengagement is their loss, not yours. You are not a bystander. Your presence alone draws attention. If they don't see that, show them quietly. The kicker: silence lets you contemplate and grow. Instead of wasting energy trying to draw someone back who's already leaving, you pull yourself back to your purpose, self-worth, and the version of you that understands you're alluring without their affirmation. It's hard to disappear into stillness, quite uncomfortable. It will be tempting to send one more text to rectify things or explain yourself. They already know your worth. Don't over-explain to prove it. Go silent because you deserve serenity, not to punish them. You deserve someone who values you without constant reminders. Silence is about you regaining your strength, not them missing you. When you stop talking, explaining, and chasing, you gain energy. That energy is magnetic. The fact that you're no longer responding to their breadcrumbs will haunt them. Don't eat scraps. Breadcrumbs aren't food. To apply this, stop reaching out when you sense the need. Breathe. Is this text going to bring me closer to my own value? Or is it me trying to cling to someone who doesn't see my worth? Every time you resist, you remind yourself that you're enough with or without their attention. If this is difficult, remember that growth happens in discomfort. You should stand back if you're too comfortable chasing attention. Silence may be awkward at first, but it reveals your strength, resilience, and value. End with Epictetus's great Stoic truth. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. React with power, not panic. To react quietly. Let them experience life without your energies. You are desirable, not desperate. You are still, and they will return. I am irresistible. That's the foundation of all we do here. Declare, believe, live. You let them feel that truth when you retreat into quiet. Leave a comment. I'm irresistible. Claim your power now. Number 3. Forge inner weapon. Forge the inner weapon is the next step, so buckle up. You may be thinking, what weapon? I don't want to harm them. I love them. I understand. You won't damage somebody or play mental games. Let me tell you, this weapon is for you, not them. Building inner strength, resilience, and self-worth will help you through this and beyond. You arm yourself mentally and emotionally to protect and raise yourself, not to damage. If you're continuously giving, waiting, and hoping, who's protecting you? This inner weapon is for that. Unfortunately, when someone withdraws from you, it's no longer about them. How you act, evolve, and use distance to strengthen yourself matters. Every second you concentrate over them gives them more control over your emotions, mental space, and peace. We do what? The inner weapon we develop makes you unbreakable. Imagine doing everything you can for this person, giving them attention, love, and energy, and now they're leaving. The typical response: fear, panic, despair. Not for you. What you do will differ. You will increase your power by turning inward instead of sinking into that emotional spiral. You'll win silently this way. Please discuss Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This stage is about that. Their actions are out of your control, but your response is. Mental invincibility is your answer. This is about loving yourself more, not others less. Forging the inner weapon prepares you to prosper with or without them, not merely reacting to their remoteness. Break it down. Forging the inner weapon means what? Investment in oneself makes you resistant to rejection, immune to apathy, and untouchable by their absence. It involves elevating your mind, body, and spirit so their acts no longer affect your self-esteem. Stop worrying about their moves and start mastering yours. They will notice when you stop focusing on them and start focusing on yourself. They will be hit. The change will be felt. They'll feel power shifting. Now you're too busy expanding your empire to wait for their attention. Then they realize they're no longer your center. You'll be too concentrated on your improvement by then to care. It's hard to forge this inner weapon. The capacity to prioritize yourself, even when it's unnatural, demands discipline, focus, and commitment. But guess what? You merit it. You deserve self-confidence so that others' remoteness doesn't break you. You don't disintegrate when people go. In their absence, you soar and gain inner power that no one can take away. If you're thinking, but this is hard, I love them, I don't want to lose them, I hear you. You won't lose them by focusing on yourself. Whether they return, realize what they've lost, or you realize you don't need them, you'll only benefit. You won. No negotiation. You must evolve. So, how to begin? Simple. Concentrate on your strengths. Create a habit. Join the gym. Master a dream skill. Spend time with people who inspire you. As you invest in yourself, you get stronger. Refocus on yourself whenever you're tempted to check your phone for their message. Ask yourself, what am I doing today to make myself stronger tomorrow? To create your inner weapon. Seneca remarked, as is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. Quality, not quantity, matters. The quality of your life, progress and strength matter more than the number of texts you send hoping for a response. Create your own weapon that negates their silence, because they'll sense your power when you know it. You'll decide if they're worth your time then. You become irresistible when you construct this inner weapon. Energy shifts. You change your mind. Now you're too busy thriving to wait for their attention. Real power. Let me repeat. I'm irresistible. Leave a remark. Write it down. Or say it. Because forging this weapon will make you stronger, more confident, and magnetic. Not only endure their distance. Remember, I'm irresistible. Say that whenever you doubt yourself. Every time you want to chase, remember who you're becoming. You're making your unstoppable weapon. We're almost halfway through our video, so if you're still with me, congrats. You're not easily defeated. You came to develop, change, and reclaim your power. That distinguishes you from those who would have left by now. Stay with me to the end. This adventure isn't over. You must understand the plan. Each step builds on the last, and without the whole picture, you only receive part of the solution. Full transformation, not a quick fix. Please stick with me. You'll have a game plan that eliminates doubt, desperation, and weakness at the end. You'll have an impenetrable plan for any situation. Number 4, summon the power of mystery. Let's summon mystery next. I know you're wondering, why should I be mysterious? Won't that push them further away? But mystery is one of your most potent assets. When someone ignores you, you may wish to explain, over-communicate, or repair the problem. The more predictable you are, the less appealing you are. People are drawn to the unknown. Laying all your cards on the table eliminates inquiry. When you create mystery, you give them something they can't understand. You become a mystery, which intrigues them. Break it down. They question, why aren't they reacting? What's going on in their world that I don't know about? When you don't broadcast every move you make, mystery attracts people without chasing them. Imagine messaging someone continuously about your life and feelings. You suddenly cease oversharing. Still there, although less available. Not everything is posted on social media. Their silence doesn't bother you. Separate their knowledge from their ignorance. That gap, curiosity grows there. The more they ponder, the more they consider you. The power is there. Mystery is like a mapeless invitation. You're inviting them to figure you out without clear instructions. The more they work for it, the more they value your attention, since they can't foresee or control it. Discuss Stoicism. Epictetus remarked, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reaction will be unknown. React differently than expected. Don't let them know where you're thinking. Instead, inspire curiosity with your behaviors or inactions. By summoning mystery, you change the dynamic without speaking. Mystery doesn't mean playing games. It means creating curiosity by not disclosing everything about oneself. Know your worth and let them come to you because they want something they can't understand. Mystery makes you irresistible. I am intriguing, your step affirmation. Believe it and witness how letting a mystery speak transforms the scenario. Number 5. Embrace emotional armor. Allow us to move on to the next critical step. Emotional armor. Emotional armor. What does that even mean? It means shielding your emotions from their actions and inactions. When someone ignores you, you may feel hurt. However, if you let every small action or inaction break you down, you give them all the control, which ends now. Protecting yourself from emotional harm is emotional armor. You still care and feel, but you don't let their behavior affect your mood, worth, or happiness. Their games become ineffective. Instead of feeling rejected when they ignore you, you stand solid, knowing their actions don't define you. When someone removes themselves, the initial strike is emotional. You mistrust yourself, feel vulnerable, and doubt your worth. However, emotional armor helps. You refuse to be influenced by them. Stand strong and say, I am in control of my emotions, not them. Imagine they ignore your SMS and calls. The old you may have been crushed, wondering what went wrong. But the new you accepted your emotional armor. Their quiet doesn't break you. You stay steady, knowing their silence doesn't affect your self-worth. You remain emotionally strong. Marcus Aurelius remarked, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is emotional armor. Energy invested emotionally is under your control. If they're leaving, focus on yourself instead of a scenario you can't influence. You put on your emotional armor to defend your tranquility, happiness, and self-respect. Emotionally armored people are quite attractive. People like emotionally stable people who don't snap at everything. Your confidence and self-control shine. When they question why you're not chasing or bothered by their quiet, the tables flip. They suddenly feel vulnerable. Embrace emotional armor and see things improve swiftly. You stop requiring their approval and start believing in yourself. It's about emotional stability, not coldness. You affirm this step. I am untouchable. Say, feel, experience it. Embrace emotional armor, and no one can break you. You're unstoppable because you control your emotions. Number 6, flip the script without words. Let's start. Step 6, switch the script without words. This is strong. How can I change the dynamic without saying a word? Actions speak louder than words, and your silence mixed with strategic actions can entirely shift the circumstance. This phase is about demonstrating, not telling, that you changed the game. When someone pulls away, you chase them, ask inquiries, or explain your feelings. But that's old-fashioned. Flip the narrative by going silent and allowing your actions speak. This means revealing you're no longer emotionally available on their terms. You reclaimed your power, and they'll feel it without saying anything. Imagine they're ignoring your texts and leaving you on read. Just when people believe they know you, you do nothing. You don't react or chase. Instead, you prioritize life, growth, and enjoyment. You disappear into your own world, and they notice. They'll question, wait, why aren't they chasing me? Why aren't they explaining themselves? Power lies here. By not meeting their expectations, you reverse the narrative. Take your emotions out of the scenario to say, I'm no longer playing by your rules. The beauty of this, your point can be made without speaking. Your quiet absence and self-focus tell volumes. They'll notice the change and get upset. they'll doubt themselves, not you. Stoics say, waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one. This implies you stop discussing and trying to prove yourself, and instead live it. Let your actions show your strength and growth. When you stop emotionally reacting to their remoteness, they'll feel it and doubt everything. A tiny secret: less you speak, more they think. Stopping the emotional back and forth forces people to examine their conduct. The real magic arrives when people question if they misjudged you, underrated you, or moved on. Flip the script, and they're uncertain. Flipping the script without words means using your actions to show your power, not your requests. Show them their silence doesn't break you. It builds strength, attention, and self-control. You can affirm this step: I am in control. Flipping the script without words shows that you control your emotions, energy, and life. Therefore, say it with conviction. No need to chase or explain. You speak through your deeds. You rule. Number 7. Let them chase shadows. Let them chase shadows. The final and most effective phase. This step isn't just about distance. It's about turning the tables so hard they'll run about, confused. If you do this well, they'll chase you before they know it. Chase shadows. What does that even mean, you ask? It implies you stop being predictable, available, and simple to reach. You ghost the person they believed they controlled. Your emotional availability has decreased. You no longer need to wait for their messages or beg for their attention. Instead, you retreat into your own world, leaving enough traces to intrigue them. Stop giving them easy access to you. You no longer react swiftly. You become an incomprehensible mystery. They may see you live your life through social media or a new accomplishment, but it's always out of reach. You let them imagine who you are now, not when you were emotionally open. That person, gone. They're chasing shadows to regain what they lost without comprehending how much has changed since you leveled up. Imagine, they expect you to stay, text, and attempt. You left this time, not entirely, but close. Your enjoyment, growth, and progress are left behind. You share that gym photo, that job announcement, that weekend excursion with friends, but no one can reach you anymore. As you progress, they'll question where they fit in, if they do. Marcus Aurelius stated, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Now you're not thinking about them. Thus, it shows. They will realize they've been left behind when they see you living your greatest life. Since you're no longer waiting, they can't catch up. They will try, but you're no longer accessible. They'll investigate what went wrong, but you've moved on to yourself. You're not disappearing to punish them. You're disappearing to retake your authority and show them your life continues after they leave. The old you that has been replaced with a stronger, more autonomous, more unstoppable version is what they chase. This is hardest. They'll feel it. The lack of your energy, attention, and availability will haunt them. Their pursuit of what they believed they had will be too late. You live in the sunshine while they chase shadows. Let them pursue shadows. Let them feel excluded. Let them know something significant is gone. You'll no longer need them when they find it out. The ultimate affirmation: I am the prize. Say it and believe it wholeheartedly, since you're the reward. When they discover they've been chasing shadows, you'll be miles ahead, stronger, more powerful, and untouchable. Okay, folks, we've covered 7 strong steps to change the dynamic when someone ignores you. Ultimately, you're ascending, not waiting for them. you're improving yourself, sharpening your mind, and becoming someone who doesn't need attention. Whether they recognize it or not, you've advanced. That's the real win. What's next? Action is needed. Apply these steps one by one and notice your energy shift. Watch how people view you change. Focusing on oneself makes you magnetic. You're the prize, so behave like it. If this video resonated with you, subscribe for more tips on unlocking your power and living life on your terms. If you're ready to regain your power and move forward, comment, keep it up. Remember, you're irresistible. Nobody should make you forget that.